Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast and Healthy Pet Products employee for the past 6 years.
And I'm Toni Shalasky, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast. I have a very special guest. Our favorite Emily Claire is in the studio today.
Hello.
Hi, Em.
And Layla's barked for the first time.
Yep.
Literally, ever. No.
And Sid.
Holla.
What's her official title?
What do you always call me?
Producer?
Producer.
Yeah. Boswell.
Yeah.
Boswell from Charlie's Angels. Because she's behind the scenes, never to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we are talking about fostering dogs, being a foster failure. You all know that DeSoto passed in February. So now I have a new dog named Layla. And Emily Claire just stepped out of the room because Layla is downstairs by herself and she's a puppy and we have to check and see what she's doing.
So explain why you started fostering Layla.
I have always wanted to foster dogs. And I couldn't because DeSoto was dog aggressive. And Layla, you come up with Sid.
Come here.
This will all make total sense if you listen to this entire episode and the next. So anyhow, after taking a break from having any dogs for a couple of months, I was ready to foster. So I'm a board member for Orphans of the Storm. So I reached out to the executive director and said, okay, I'm ready to foster. I just don't want to foster a puppy. And what did I end up with? A fucking puppy. So she practically begged me to take a puppy because they had just gotten a pregnant Great Dane that I don't know for sure if she was a humane pull, which means it was an unhealthy environment in a home and a humane officer pulled some dogs, or if it was a surrender. Anyhow, they had this litter of 10 full-bred Great Dane puppies. And she said, Toni, I promise the dog will only be with you for a couple of weeks because puppies go quick. Emily Claire chimes in and says, I love puppies. They sleep all the time.
They get adopted quickly.
They're in and out of your house super quick, right?
Yeah. That's why I like them.
And here we are. So I get Layla and everything's fine. And, you know, everyone says to you, oh, how could you ever give her up? How could you ever give her up? She's so cute. I could never do such a thing. And I'm like, she's just a foster. I'm getting her ready for her forever family. And I kept saying it and kept saying it and kept saying it. And then after about a week, she's just a really good puppy. Plus, she started doing things that just kind of reminded me of Meg, a past dog that I had that I was probably the closest with. So we fell in love and I ended up adopting her.
What is her coat called?
Gray Merle.
Okay.
So you can see her on our Instagram channel. Mine, which is I Know Toni, or Toni Unleashed, Toni.Unleashed. And she's also on Healthy Pet Products, Instagram and Facebook all the time. She's a gorgeous dog.
We guess that she's going to weigh 115 pounds.
Yeah, Em went on to, apparently there's a puppy calculator. And keep in mind, after DeSoto passed and I took my break, I put out into the universe that I wanted an adult dog under 20 pounds.
Love that.
Right?
Yeah.
Was not ready for you. She's a little bit of a picky eater, though.
She is a little bit of a picky
Tell us
eater.
about some of the little challenges you've had with her being a puppy.
Well, honestly, like Ange, my neighbor, said, what's the worst thing about her? And I have a hard time coming up with anything. Like she'll dig a hole in the yard sometimes.
That's a funny question to ask someone.
Yeah, right.
What don't you like?
Ange would do that.
Ange would. Totally. What other challenges have I had? I take her to the store.
Yeah, you are socializing her.
Very much so.
Yeah.
She's already been on an elevator
Yep.
several times. She's been to Ace Hardware. At Ace Hardware, they have the automatic doors. And she literally just laid herself. I did not do it. She laid herself on the rug in front of the door and just watched people come in and out and in and out and in and out.
That's so cute.
She's been to the local coffee shop, Cafe Conmigo.
Yeah.
She's been to Bulldog Pub. That was very recent. And she played with lots of puppies there. She's been to the store a bunch. Honestly, the challenges are just, the evening is hard because I get home from work and it is 3 to 4 hours of full on playing, eating, doing. And then between 8 and 9 o'clock, she crashes.
So she doesn't get tired from the day activities.
Well, she's normally in her crate.
Oh, you crate her a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Man, how quickly are you going to go through crates?
I know. And the one I'm using now is donated to the store. So I'm just borrowing it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a large. But I'm going to end up in it to a double X.
Are you going to, she won't need to be crate trained the whole,
I was just going to say
just
that.
while she's going through her crazy puppy phase.
Right. Did you ever had dogs, though, that, like, loved their crate? Like, Rufus loved his crate.
Oh, really?
And we'd leave the door open, but he would go in there and nap sometimes. But that's not,
She willingly goes in, but
Sure, yeah, you
she
don't
won't
have to fight her to.
No, not at all.
And without her being food motivated, that's great.
Right,
'Cause you
exactly.
can't do.
Exactly. That's the other challenge is her not being food motivated. I have to rely on positive reinforcement, which we all know I'm not very good at.
We've been witness.
These two poor women work for
Honestly,
me.
I think I got the most.
Right. You did, yep.
I wonder why.
And then maybe the last thing would be that she doesn't know her height. So when she plays with other puppies or, just other dogs in general, the big pot, right?
Very valid point. So she's not aware of how big she is.
Right.
Which, I'm trying to make her understand for on the floor, none of that stuff. Em just witnessed her literally like
Fly.
jump in the
Oh, he's like, you're not built for this, lady. All 4 paws came off.
She jumped
and she flew.
straight up.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
So what supplements do you have her on already as a puppy?
So the funny thing is, like, I had her at the store like early on after I'd adopted her, and there was a guy at the counter, and he was buying raw food, and he's like, "Well, what extra are you giving her?" And I'm like, "Nothing."
Yeah.
I mean, I feed her raw food, and she gets goat's milk.
Okay.
Goat's milk's a full nutrient profile. So right now, and that was like when she was 8 or 9 weeks old. But it is funny, like people see the giant breeds and think they need more of whatever. Fast forward, because she's 4.5 months now. So fast forward 2 months almost. She's on Connectin.
Yes.
And she is on double dose.
Whoa. And why does Rebecca recommend that?
For growth.
Oh, interesting.
And she unfortunately is already spayed. So she was spayed because she was in a shelter at 8 weeks old, which is very sad because the hormones really help
With growth.
the growth plates develop, the bladder walls develop. Rebecca said that putting her on double dose Connectin, she should be fine.
Is that forever?
No, she'll go to maintenance once she's a year.
Okay.
So while she's growing, it's double dose because she's a giant
I have
breed.
to get my phone because I was texting you. I was sending you the pictures because we were talking about how giant breed dogs actually should be fed a little bit less, if anything. You don't want to overfeed them.
Is that speaking from raw or kibble? Do you remember?
Speaking in volume.
Volume. Okay.
Because too much could make them grow too quick. And the biggest thing with giant breed dogs is growing too quick. And that's where you get the hip dysplasia.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
Now I
and
remember.
Then their growth, I'll have to go down and see. But I think giant breed dogs mature finally a lot later in life. than small breed dogs. I think small breed dogs hit their maturity, their physical peak closer to like 10 months old to 11 months old. And giant breed dogs, I think it's closer to 2 years.
I have heard they continue to grow and develop until 2 years
Yeah,
old.
because you want it
Which
to be
is
that really slow growth.
crazy. So when people give me shit because she's so skinny, that's
yes.
my rebuttal.
And that's why also vets will recommend giant breed dogs get sterilized a lot later. Like you really don't want to sterilize them until really after 2 or 3 for giant breed dogs than small breed dogs.
Wow.
Yeah. But the problem is with giant breed dog food, you don't want to feed them too much and then you don't want them to grow too quickly. A lot of the foods will cut back on the protein value of it.
That could also be why vets say put them on adult food, not puppy food.
Because the protein
Because
and
I've
fat
heard that
content.
too.
Yeah.
Volume wise, she honestly doesn't get very much. She's eating 3 times a day, but I probably cover her bowl like not even
not
an
even an
inch
inch.
of food.
Yeah.
She gets a lot of milk.
Oh, okay. And she loves the milk.
She loves goat's
So
milk.
that's not something she turns her nose up to. And explain again, though, why the milk is fully balanced.
So it's similar to like breast milk because goat's milk, the milk they're producing is essentially for their offspring. So it is a full nutrient profile.
Yep.
But she also gets the A2 cow's milk with pumpkin in it. She loves that too.
That's answers.
Yes, that's the answers. Sometimes she gets solutions, the tummy butter tea and the better something tea. I can't remember the names of them. They have some supplemental ingredients in them. But she's skinny, but I think she looks healthy.
She does. Yeah.
I mean, you can see her ribs a little bit, but you can't see her hip bones. I almost feel like she self-regulates because sometimes she'll eat almost anything I put in her bowl. And other times she's like, meh. But she does seem to like the local fresh stuff the best.
So she will eat raw food.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I can barely get her to eat any kibble.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Layla.
She has
And
big paws.
Yeah. We will continue this, journey. And I'm sure we'll have more episodes about Layla. And just because how old was she when you got her? You said 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Woo-hoo.
She
I
was
remember how little,
big.
but yeah, I mean, little, but like looking at her now,
Yeah.
I just showed somebody a picture of her, but the only one I had was when I was like here right after you got her, and just it's wild.
And I have her paperwork from when they spayed her. And on the same day, did everything. Gave her NexGard, gave her the heartworm, gave her vaccinations, everything. All at the same time. So I did not do her second round of vaccines as a puppy. Instead, I did titer tests that were sent to Kansas State. We can direct you to where you can help your vet get set up with Kansas State to easily and at a very low cost get titer tests done.
Did you get them back?
Uh-huh.
What did they
She
say?
passed.
Oh, wow.
And the recommendation is she doesn't need checked again until she's 1 year old.
Wow.
But she got her rabies, second round, like she got her rabies when she was old enough to get her rabies. So we will continue to do titers and see how long it takes her before she needs a booster.
Oh, that'll be good information.
Because you have to think about it. If her mother was vaccinated, that's her first round because those would have passed on through the umbilical cord, just like everything else.
Yeah, super interesting.
So then the first set of vaccines that the vet would have given her would technically be the booster.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be our tester.
That's
which,
awesome.
Would still be considered anecdotal evidence in the science world.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because she's so big, how long those vaccines last because they give the same dose to
right.
different size dogs.
Good point.
And so it'll be interesting how long they stay in her system being such a giant breed dog.
Very good point.
And you said she's pretty good off leash so far, right?
She really is.
Yep.
Which the average person listening to this would, and I would do the same thing. If a customer told me they were trusting their 4.5-month-old dog off leash, I'd be like,
Okay.
you're asking for trouble.
Yep.
Just saying. they have an adolescence.
Do you do any flea and tick yet?
No.
No. What's nice though is that she has a very different coat than DeSoto did.
Yeah, you can
So
see it.
You are
a
going
lot
to
better.
see
Yeah.
anything and everything, and the fact that you haven't had any issues
Yeah.
yet. is
She doesn't
great.
seem to be shedding.
Yep.
She's not a drooler, and I don't know if there's a difference.
Interesting.
She doesn't drool
Wonder
at
if
all.
it's like an adolescence thing, maturity thing. Interesting. We'll have to find out. Are you going to buy all new furniture?
Yeah.
I have to. I have
And
to
a
buy
new car.
and I have to buy a new fucking car.
I
You
know
have to
Tori
buy a new
cannot
car.
wait.
Yeah.
It's all about Tori. So before we're on the air, what did you ask me about a book?
Oh, we kind of touched on it. I said, have you done any research onto how to feed and care for a giant breeding dog?
And I was like, nah, I did not. But the funny thing is, I downloaded the Great Dane book. And I told Kelly, my friend Kelly, that I downloaded this book. And she's like, how's that going for you? I'm like, well, I'll probably read it by the time she's dead.
Yeah.
Right.
What were they bred for? Do you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's getting there.
I can't remember.
Because what is there? And they're so docile.
Yeah. Weren't they just like
I think they were,
king's dogs?
I mean, royalty. They're
Yeah.
like they, I don't know.
They just hung out.
We'll talk about it the next time.
We'll do
Yeah.
some
I'll-
research.
Yeah, we'll do some research.
It's
But they're regal, like just the look of them. You
Yeah.
saw her in that picture at the store with
Oh
with
my gosh.
Joey's paw.
Yes.
Did you?
She literally she
was
did
like-
sit there like you guys were kings and queens.
She was like on,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
like she knew her picture was being taken, and she was just like, okay,
Regal.
It's
Yep.
actually really funny too, thinking about it, that she's a purebred. And I feel like this is the third purebred rescue dog you've ever had. And that's such a testimony. DeSoto was
Rescues,
a
yes.
purebred. Bo's a purebred.
Yep.
She's a purebred.
Wild.
Yeah.
For listeners that are out there that truly are in love with a breed, there's golden retriever rescues.
Yeah.
Every breed
yeah.
has a rescue.
I'm pretty sure Animal Friends, or I'm sure a lot of other rescues like that, you can go on and click boxes that say what breed you're interested in. And
Yeah.
then when they get some
Yep.
that are available for adoption, you'll get an email that says like, hey,
I bet pet finders like that.
sure. I'm sure. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
There's so many.
There are. So rescue. The funny thing is, every time when people ask me what she is, I'm like, well, she's a Great Dane puppy, but she is a rescue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we just started a puppy class Wednesday night, and that went well. They did a free playtime and observation, and then we had to call them to us and started to do some heel work.
And she did pretty well.
So yeah, you have to learn this like technique, almost like line dancing kind of thing.
So
Yeah.
wait, mom didn't do very
Mom
well.
didn't.
Okay.
It wasn't Layla.
That's so funny.
It's a long day, okay?
So true. Yes, I got you.
I can dance. Trust me. So that's Layla. Follow her journey. Zach at the store is giving me shit because he's like, Toni, Layla needs her own page.
Oh my
boy.
gosh.
I know Layla.
Olivia has like 4,000 followers and she does one post a day for Cersei.
All right.
So why don't I just change? Can't I just change I know Toni to Layla?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right? Can't I? Because it's
Yeah.
all Layla now anyways.
Yeah.
Just do both, though. We're going to do
That's a
both.
lot of work,
Good
though.
Lord, that's a lot of work.
You hit a button that adds it to your other page. I'll show you how to do it.
I don't know.
Collaborators. We'll make it work. Yes. All right, fine.
Any other questions about Layla before we?
No, I think it's a good journey.
Yeah, and actually, as listeners, you should reach out to us and let us know if there's anything you want to know about Layla, large breed dogs, or anything of that nature, the adventure of that. Because I'd really like to know. I wish you had a tape measure up here, which you probably do. What do you think she is? 4 feet? She's laying down on the couch
Like 3.5?
next to me right now.
Well, remember that rug? So
yes.
if
yeah,
you
what
want
do
to know how long she is,
yeah.
go to I know Toni.
Oh yeah.
And I have a 6 foot long rug runner that's in front of my kitchen counter. And yeah, she's easily 4 feet long
3
from
to 4. Yeah.
But I bet from nose to tip of tail,
It's longer.
she's 5 feet,
That tail is a long
well, the other tail is long.
maybe even 6 feet.
You should do like
Well, that couch is probably 6 feet
That's
long.
why I was thinking it.
She's
That's why
6
I
feet
thought-
long.
a Great Dane get together, social hour.
Well, we're gonna also do a Meet Layla event
Oh yes, we're
at
doing
all
a meet
3
Layla.
stores.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll do it on a Saturday from like 10 to 12, where people can come in and meet the little famous rock star.
That's awesome.
People are already coming in asking for her.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm glad that they're starting to ask for her now and not me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah. That's good.
So.
That'll be fun.
All right, the raw-fed Pittsburgh Dane.
Yes.
There
love
you
that.
go. The raw-fed Pittsburgh Dane
Perfect.
and her journey.
All right. Bye for now. Stay tuned.
This episode is sponsored by Raw Dynamic. Raw food made easy.
Ready to feed before the drool hits the floor.